Good evening, RENEWS English section is on air. I am Sona Tumanyan. Daily news, expert opinions and topics that are the main target of your interest are the basic priorities of the Reopen media. Join us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X and Spotify. Get your portion of information from our official website, reopen.media. A key focus of Armenian news coverage is a recent statement from the National Security Service. Two 70-year-old residents of Armenia's Syunik province, Karen Jahangirian and Andrei Gagunts, accidentally crossed into Azerbaijani territory near the village of Aravuz after getting lost. The accident occurred around 1:20 a.m. local time. Authorities say all necessary steps are being taken to locate the teens and ensure their safe return. Let's not forget that the issue of Armenian prisoners of war held in Azerbaijan remains unresolved, as Baku continues to use their fate as political leverage. The ongoing uncertainty raises a critical question: will Azerbaijan eventually return the captured Armenian teens? Valentina Matvienko, chairwoman of Russia's Federation Council, began her official visit to Armenia on Thursday with a tribute at the Armenian Genocide Memorial in Yerevan. Accompanied by Armenian Parliament Speaker Alen Simonyan, she laid flowers at the Eternal Flame in Dzizernagaberd and later visited Victory Park to honor those who died in the World War II. Matvienko is in Yerevan for a session of the Armenian-Russian Interparliamentary Commission, which she said reflects the encouraging continuity of dialogue between the two nations. She emphasized Moscow's interest in expanding cooperation with Armenia across multiple sectors, describing the two countries as natural allies. Later, she met with Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan for talks that lasted significantly longer than scheduled, according to the Federation Council's press service. Discussions began in private and continued in an expanded format. Matvienko also noted that relations between President Putin and Prime Minister Pashinyan remain constructive, with no issues reported.
I conveyed greetings from the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. Prime Minister Nikol Vovoyevich also sent his regards to our President and especially emphasized that regardless of whatever insinuations some people may be spreading, he has always had, continues to have, and will maintain constructive and substantive relations with Vladimir Vladimirovich. He has no issues in his relationship with the President. Even in very different and sometimes difficult situations, they always manage to find mutual understanding and the necessary solutions.
Valentina Matvienko's visit to Armenia sparked mixed reactions, with the public visibly divided. Outside the Armenian National Assembly, demonstrators gathered in two opposing camps, some rallying in support of Matvienko, while others protested against her presence. Armenia's Deputy Prime Minister Tigran Khachaturian met with a delegation from the German Development Bank KfW, led by Regional Director Veronica Garcia del Arco, the government's press office reported. Khachaturian stressed the importance of KfW-supported infrastructure projects in Armenia's energy and water sectors. To do so, it discussed ongoing initiatives including the CAPS reservoir, gravity-fed irrigation systems, and the development of the Caucasus electricity transition network. Armenia is strengthening its emergency response systems through a new agreement with the UN Refugee Agency. A memorandum of understanding was signed by Kamo Tsutsoulian, head of the Rescue Service and Deputy Interior Minister, and UNHCR representative in Armenia, Monica Sandri. Tsutsoulian said the deal reflects ongoing active cooperation, while Sandri emphasized its importance in boosting Armenia's preparedness and response to crisis situations. Tensions between Donald Trump and Elon Musk have escalated after Musk liked a post on X calling for Trump's impeachment and replacement by Vice President Vance. The rift reportedly stems from Musk's frustration over NASA staffing decisions and Trump's tax and spending politics. Trump responded by saying he is deeply disappointed in Musk, accusing him of turning against him after learning the administration planned to scale back electric vehicle use. Musk called Trump's latest federal spending bill disgusting, warning it could push the U.S. deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden citizens with unstable debt. Russia's Deputy Security Council Chairman Dmitry Medvedev has offered to mediate a reconciliation between the U.S. President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk for a reasonable fee. In a post on X, Medvedev suggested Russia could help broker a peace agreement between Trump and Musk in exchange for shares in Musk's global satellite internet company Starlink. "Don't argue, guys," Medvedev added in a tongue-in-cheek message. Billionaire Elon Musk lost $34 billion in a single day, according to Bloomberg, the second largest one-day wealth drop in history. The decline follows rising tensions with the U.S. President Donald Trump, which may threaten government contracts tied to Tesla and SpaceX. Despite the heat, Musk's net worth remains at $334.5 billion, keeping him at the top of the global rich list. His fortune peaked near $500 billion during Trump's early presidency. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney and U.S. President Donald Trump are in direct communication amid rising trade tensions, Canada's Industry Minister Melanie Joly confirmed Thursday, according to Reuters. "We are in a trade war," Joly told reporters, nothing that diplomatic talks are ongoing alongside economic pressures. The Globe and Mail earlier reported that the two leaders are secretly working on a broader trade and security framework. The talks follow Trump's move to double tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from Canada to 50%, a blow to one of America's key metal suppliers. In response, Carney warned that Canada is preparing countermeasures if negotiations fail. U.S. Ambassador to Canada Pete Hoekstra told the Globe that both sides are exploring a potential deal that could expand the U.S. influence in areas such as the auto sector, critical minerals, and Arctic operations. Several regions in Russia, including Moscow, Bryansk, and Ingles, were hit by drone attacks overnight from June 5 to 6, Russian officials said. Flights were temporarily restricted at major airports, including Vnukovo, Domodedovo, Zhukovsky, Saratov, and Kaluga, according to Rosaviatia. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported that 10 drones were intercepted over the capital. Emergency crews are working at debris sites. At Ingles, near a major Russian strategic airbase, a fire broke out at a facility reportedly supplying fuel to bombers. Regional Governor Roman Busargin confirmed the drone strike but did not provide details. Social media footage shows a large fire at what happens to be an oil depot. Moscow analyzes Trump's war comments in parallel reality. The Kremlin has pushed back on the U.S. President Donald Trump's recent remark likening the Russian-Ukraine conflict to a kids' fight, calling the comparison unacceptable. "This is an existential issue for us. It concerns our national interests, our security, and the future of our country and children," Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told Russian news agency TASS. The comment follows a New York Times report citing Trump's advisors, who said the president has expressed frustration with both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The Israeli military struck Hezbollah drone factories in southern Lebanon and Beirut's southern suburb Thursday, sending smoke over the city. This is the largest escalation since the U.S. brokered ceasefire in November. The IDF targeted sites linked to Hezbollah's aerial unit in Tayeh and Ein Khana. No casualties reported so far. Residents in nearby Beirut neighborhoods were warned to evacuate and keep a safe distance. Satellite images with target zones were shared by the Israeli military. For more updates, follow us on YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, X, Facebook, and Spotify. Daily news and full coverage are available on our official website. Sona Tumanyan presented International News of the Week. Goodbye.